Welcome! In front of me is a Nubia Flip 2, and today I will show you a couple tweaks and the tricks you can do on this device. So, to get started, let's open up our settings, and we're gonna begin by just going into the themes and personalization. So this will be the first one. Now this is a great section in the settings where you can customize a whole slew of different things with your device, including things like fonts, the accent colors, animation speeds, effects, always on displays, wallpapers, and so on. So it's just a general, like, all-purpose customization section. Now, one thing that is pretty cool here is the fact that you can also change things like the icon. So if you downloaded some icon packs, they will appear in here and you can just change them, which is pretty just nice in general to be able to do that. Let's see, we have... Or wait, I take it back. It actually might not allow us to change the icons itself. Yikes, so that's kind of... You can change the shape, but not actually the icons. Some other devices do actually allow you to do this, and so that's my bad here. But we also have things like the accent colors. So we have several options that you can choose from, and you can see here it actually gives us a pretty good understanding on what will be changed. Most phones, when they have this kind of section, it just kind of shows you a couple images, maybe like this one right here. So it doesn't always show you the correct kind of ways that it's going to affect every section. So here's a fantastic way for you to see all of the changes, as depending on which one you choose, you can see that you have a different kind of colors all throughout. So for instance, some tiles might be separated, and some other colors, they just both might have the same kind of shades, which just starts to look a little bit bland and boring. Also have the color wheel right here, so you can choose a uniform kind of personal uniform color, or you can have the default one, which just changes between this. And in certain cases you also can select it based on the wallpaper, though this would be right here, but these are just like so many of them. So yeah, it follows home screen wallpaper. So we have a bunch of reds, like dark blues. These are, oops, these don't really represent the colors there. None that actually like stand out super well. Maybe this one is the closest one to this, but still it's missing a lot of the vibrant like red colors that this wallpaper has. So chances are that it's not kind of seeing this wallpaper too well. Some other ones will work better. The wallpaper choices are pretty good all in all. Usually they do fit the wallpaper pretty well, and it allows you to just tailor the look of your device to also the wallpaper that you're using. So anyway, highly recommend going over all of those there. Now moving on, we have the outer screen. This obviously implies the front screen, the cover display. So you have things like the always on displays. You can customize those right here. We have this interesting thing, which let's see, I think if we have the entire family, let me just quickly check. Complete. This is pretty dark right now. Can I? Oh, there we go. I can make it brighter. So here we go. You can see there is a cat, dog. So it changes this. This is a honestly pretty cute kind of thing. Not necessarily something that I would be using, but I do have to say I do like this. It's just adorable. You can also pick a permanent option right here from the themes, and so these themes would apply to the cover display only. And we have some other options here as well. Now moving on, we have the home screen. So from here we can change things like the home screen mode, which implies the drawer mode, all the apps on the middle of your home screen, or simple one, which is basically designed for elderly people, I would say. So yeah, if you want that, choose one of those. I personally like the drawer mode, so that's what I'm gonna stick with here. We have also icon layout, so you can cram more applications on your home screen. It automatically closes it, so you can kind of see how it affects it. So just makes it more tightly packed. And let's see if there's one more option right here that I'll be looking for. Okay, it's already enabled. So some phones have this option where you swipe down on home screen to bring down your notifications shade. Here, this is default option. So yeah. Anyway, moving on, we can now navigate to the display. And here we have some simple things like the dark mode, you can enable right here, and you have either turn on or turn on automatically. The turn on automatically will allow you to choose it either from sunset to sunrise or on a custom timer. Just there we go, when we tap on it. So there we go, sunset to sunrise, then we have the custom timer, and you can set start and end time. And this will mean that your device will switch between light mode and the dark mode based on the timer right here. So at 10 p.m. it would switch to dark mode, and then at 6 a.m. it would switch back to light mode with this kind of option. So you could have light mode during the daytime, which is more beneficial, as I feel like light mode is a little bit easier to see in direct sunlight, while dark mode is just better, I would say, during nighttime. Maybe you want to check your phone and you don't like getting flashbanged by your own device. Now, moving further down in the display section, we also have other things like the refresh rate right here. So we have several options. We have the 120, 90, 60, and auto. For some reason it's set to 120, which isn't the best option. If you want to use 120, I never recommend you to select this option. Always select auto in this case. This will mean that your device can run up to 120 Hz refresh rate, but drops it down below that if you have no need for it. Like for instance right now, the display wouldn't need to be running permanently at 120 Hz refresh rate. Now it does say refresh range goes up to 120, which makes smooth things appear smoother, but whatever. This is basically the same kind of premise, but these usually just permanently run at 120. And we can maybe actually quickly check that ourselves. So I'm gonna go into the About Phone and enable the developer options by finding the build number. There we go. Oh, I'm already a developer apparently. So let's go into System and Update, Developer Options. And somewhere in here we have will that show it? No. Show refresh rate. Oh, there we go, it's at the bottom. So you can see right now the refresh rate. I'm going to keep it on for the remainder of the time. So let's go back to the display. And we were right here. So with auto, it drops it to 60. Now let's see in 120. Does the same thing. Now, one thing that I want to point out from everything that I always observed with LTPO displays, which I believe this is actually, the refresh rate in here never actually shows anything below 60, even though LTPO can go all the way up to like 1 frame per second. I've never seen 1 frame per second on the refresh rate so far. So it might be that it's just limited to 60 frames to show you this, and anything below that is just kind of gonna show you just always 60, even though it's less. So anyway, something to keep in mind. Moving on, let's go into the, let's see, anything interesting in features. We have a system navigation. Good that I actually clicked on it, because I would have expected system navigation to be somewhere else. And you can see we have the 2-button navigation, or gesture navigation, or the button navigation. Right now I have the button, but you can change it quickly in here to gestures. There we go. And additionally, we have the option to actually customize it. So one of the things, we have the Google Assistant. If let's see, we do have, I believe, Google Assistant. Yep. If you hold the power button as well. So this is another way that you can activate it, by doing this. Oh, say it again, there we go. So you have power button, swipe from an angle, from corner. You have also the application. I think there is enough ways to launch Google Assistant for you to not need this one as well. We also have the option to increase the sensitivity of the back gesture, which is this one. So if you find it that you're sometimes just not getting it activated when you're trying to go back, maybe you want to increase it further. And lastly, we have the display button indicator. This is turned off by default by the looks of it, and this bar that will appear right here at the bottom. There we go. it serves no purpose, honestly, so I prefer to have it off, as it gives you a nicer, cleaner look to your device. Now, this basically concludes the tricks and tricks I want to show you. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.